What up fam, it's your boy Sammy K from GFD, episode number 4. If you haven't seen our old episode, go check it out. It's gonna be up here, down here. So this time we got something different, something that you haven't seen it before. You've probably seen the same car somewhere else, but this is a European car. We're gonna be moving on to our European cars now, and this is gonna be our first European car on this channel. So it's a monster, it's a beast, it's something unique. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so what we have here is a 2014 BMW OG M4 in black. Alright, so we got the owner, the man behind the wheel. Some say he's a street warrior. I don't know, we're gonna meet him for the first time. Ash, come here brother. You're a hard man to catch up with, eh?
Very.
Alrighty Ash, I heard so many stories about this car, man. Some say it's a sleeper. To me, it looks like a pretty bone stock M4. I mean, it's got wheels, lowered, couple of lifts, but I want to know more about this car, man. So today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the exterior, and then we're gonna jump into the interior, and finally, we're gonna go check out what's under the hood. This is what people want to know. So let's start with exterior of this car. And I can see there's a bit of a carbon fiber at the front. Have you done anything different to this car other than the carbon fiber lips?
Look, obviously the fascia has carbon fiber. There's obviously lip spoiler and the front valance.
Yeah.
Other than that, realistically, it's quite stock at the front.
Yep.
We go down to the rear, sides, it's absolutely nothing at all.
Yeah, so on the side, let's talk about the brakes here. Is that M logo? Yes, so what we have here, is this a factory standard?
Factory 4-pot.
4-pot, yeah. And they're pretty much rated for, do you know what sort of power?
In terms of power rating, not really, but from what it's pushing,
it can handle.
It's more than enough.
Yeah, it's more than enough, yeah? All right, if we move back to the rear, I noticed there's a bit of a difference in the wheels. What's the story there?
So what you're saying is basically, originally I bought for a track setup.
Yeah.
Turns out I need to daily this because it gives me all the traction I need, essentially.
Okay, so you daily this car and you take it to a track and have fun, and you're running this kind of setup. You've never been
no, it's never been pulled up, surprisingly. I mean, at the beginning I had Mickey Thompson's. We found that on the track that it hooked up a lot better, but on the streets, a bit difficult to get heat into it.
Oh, okay.
And then I had someone mention that the Heroes were a pretty good street tire.
Oh, okay.
They hook up quite well. They're not exactly a drag radial as per se, but quite a sticky street tire that, it's like a pseudo drag radial essentially, but because it's more street orientated rather than
definitely
the strip. But on the street, no qualms. Like,
so you haven't had any issues with wet weather or anything like that?
Even in wet weather, like when it's pouring down with these tires, I swear to God, there's traction. Even coming
Okay, I'm a bit surprised about that one because I heard there's some tires are really good on track, but when it comes to wet weather, it's not the best. They tend to doesn't heat up properly, so they start slippery. And
these don't even need a burnout, to be honest. Like, just drive it on the road for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And they heat up quite quick.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. All right, that's about it for the side. If we move on down to the back, man, I love the back end of this car, man. I can see there's a carbon fiber boot lid. And then you got a diffuser down here as well.
That's right. Carbon diffuser, carbon lip, just to dress it up a bit.
Yeah. Is it good for drags?
Some say it would probably be not so great.
It's not so great.
Yeah. Coefficient, but aesthetics is what it is.
Fair enough, fair enough. Also, I want to talk about the height, man. It sits in a really nice stance look. So are you running springs, coilovers? What's been done to
Originally it was on springs.
Yeah.
Found that it was a bit too harsh with the factory shocks.
Oh, okay.
We then changed to Shockworks.
Shockworks, oh, okay.
And thanks to them, they actually set up the car for roll racing. So the spring rates and the shocks were specifically designed with roll racing in mind.
Yeah.
So getting the power down compared to the factory shocks has been a lot easier.
It's been really easy, yeah. I heard good things about Shockworks, to be honest. They're really good with what they do. Whether it's a street car, drag car, track car, anything that you want, they set it up for you. And their wheel alignment, I experienced myself with my own cars. Once they do a wheel alignment on car, the car handles so good around the corners.
Yeah.
I love it. That's about it for the exterior. Look, like you said, it's pretty stock from outside. Still got the factory M4 bumpers, lights. I reckon we need to jump into the interior and find out what's been done to the interior. Easy. Alrighty. Interior wise, Ash, I can see that it's got beautiful bucket seats in here. They're obviously factory, I'm guessing.
Factory.
Yeah. And how comfy are they?
Listen, I've been to Sydney, Adelaide and around Tasmania in it. Can't complain.
Okay, so obviously you drive this as a daily, obviously it's got to be comfy, you know, like to get out in. Nah, definitely that's perfect. I reckon it will be a street car, it will be a race car, everything in one package, yeah?
Look, it's comfy. I mean, I'm on the bigger side as well, and getting in and out of this is quite easy.
Oh, okay.
No complaints.
Oh, that's all right. These trims, are they factory carbon fiber?
They are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Factory.
So pretty much interior, to be honest, pretty stock.
It's bone stock.
It's got the display. It's got. What about the steering wheel? Is that been upgraded at all, or is that factory as well?
Just there was buttons been highlighted.
Oh, okay. And they're coming to paddle shift.
Like the pedals.
I want to talk about the gearbox. What sort of gearbox these things
Yeah,
run?
so this is probably my favorite bit about the car. So essentially, it's got the same gear ratios as the manual.
Oh, okay.
With the 7th gear overdrive.
Yeah.
But I think the best part of it is, you know, it drives just like a manual without the clutch. It's jerky. It just gives you all the sensations of a manual.
So would you say it sounds like a sequential gearbox, or?
Look, obviously it's nowhere near as raw as a sequential, but it's getting up there in terms of the
Definitely
shifts.
getting up there, yeah?
I mean, the shifts are damn blisteringly quick. It keeps, with the big single, it keeps the boost.
Yeah. You never had any issues with the gearbox at all?
Never ever, honestly. And it's factory, right?
Factory,
so
yeah.
It's holding X amount of torque, like over 900 newton meters.
Yeah.
Factory clutches.
Yeah. I think Germans actually done their research properly and
over-engineered, if I can say. But I mean, to be able to drive this car on a daily basis with this much power and to be able to do it comfortably.
Yeah.
You owe everything to this gearbox, basically.
Nah,
imagine a manual with this much power. You need a twin plate or a triple plate.
Yeah.
In and out of traffic.
You're going to be burning all the clutches and whatnot.
Be having one leg bigger than the other, mate.
That's it. That's it. You have to do some leg days at gym, you know. I guess that's it for the interior wise. We've got to check out the engine bay. Let's go. Alrighty. All right, Ash. Let's have a look at what's under this hood, man. Damn. Got some shiny bits. Ash, can you give me a rundown on what's been done? I know they don't come. Do come factory turbo, yeah, twin turbo. So I can see you've done something here with the bigger, massive turbo. Can you give me a rundown on what's been done to the car?
Stock, officer.
Excuse me, what?
Stock. Alrighty, that's a nice answer. To me, when I look at it, it doesn't look stock. I know there's something else going on with this car. Just give me an idea what's been done.
The best way to put it is basically a factory car.
Oh yeah.
But the addition of, I guess, a one-off turbo kit that's specifically made for this particular chassis. It is not an off-the-shelf kit. We had help from Hooker Fab.
Yeah.
Ryan from Hooker Fab.
Yeah.
And basically we designed this turbo kit from ground up. So, which meant, you know, there was a lot of playing around with how to fit in the manifold, because probably in the Southern Hemisphere, a turbo of this size has not been fitted to a vehicle. And
yeah,
as you can see,
definitely I haven't seen
it is quite a very tight fit.
Yeah.
In saying that, you know, we did manage to make it fit with a fair bit of constraint. And I guess fab work is...
Yeah, definitely. Fab work actually pays
hats off to Hooker Fab.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Hooker Fab. I heard about them. They're pretty good with what they do. Definitely recommend it for anyone who wants to do their fab work or anything like that. All right, let's talk about the turbo. What sort of turbo is it?
So it's a Pulsar G40 1150.
G40 1150.
So it is a 1150 horsepower turbo.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
So obviously stock motor. We obviously can't push to the limits of the turbo. Or anywhere near. But on the dyno we saw 530.
530.
Still not where we want it to be, because the tyre blew on the dyno.
Oh, okay.
Mid-run, so we had another 1,000 RPM to go. So we're probably looking at about 550 on 32 PSI.
32 PSI.
Recently, as of late, one of the hoses from a solenoid came loose, and we've been running about 37 to 38 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
So we're probably seeing about 600 or close to
600. What sort of torque are you running at the moment?
On the dyno, we showed at 850, about 5,300 RPM. But again, because the boost has increased now, we're probably seeing close to 900.
Man, that's impressive numbers, man. I'd love to see some footage of the car on the dyno. So that way people know we're not talking shit, you know? Like, we're talking legit shit here. I was talking to you before. You're saying pretty much this car's got stock parts in there, yeah?
It's a factory car. So basically, if you were to take this turbo kit off, right? So basically turbo, downpipe, manifold, besides, you know, fueling, the rest of the car's completely standard.
Yeah.
As you can see, top mount intercooler, completely
yeah,
factory.
I was going to talk about that. Still run the factory top mount intercooler. I know you've done the piping, which is pretty normal. Like, you have to do the piping when you're doing custom setup like this. What sort of downpipe you're running? I can see it's a custom.
So it is custom.
Yeah.
It's a 4.5 inch.
4.5 inch from the rear housing?
From the rear.
Yeah.
But it goes down to a 3.5 inch oval.
Oval, okay.
And the reason being, we have obviously the steering column. On the right-hand drive. So a lot of space constraints. So we had to basically make that downpipe fit around the motor and the manifold. To get to the factory cab back. So in order to do so, we couldn't keep, obviously, a cylindrical
shape. Definitely not.
We had to make it oval.
That's what you call custom, you know? Like, I want to talk about heat-wise. I know it's a compact engine bay. How do you prevent from, like, heating up the whole engine bay?
So, look, realistically speaking, this cooler, phenomenal. I didn't think it would be that good, but back-to-back pulls, we're probably seeing about 20 degrees.
I've seen you go down to Heathcote as well. What sort of power, what sort of timing you do?
Look, factory, this did a 10.8 at 132 mile an hour.
10.8 on a factory, okay,
So I'm saying completely factory, as you see the radials, but the car just had E85 tune, and that's it. It was making about 375 on the same dyno it made 530 on.
Yeah, and have you gone down with this setup? And
I have. Really didn't get the maximum out of it because we had traction issues at each track. Did a 10.7 at 142.
10.7, that's still pretty good, man.
1.960 foot.
So the engine, internal wise, it's pretty much stock at the moment.
Everything's stock. So even the head, nothing has been touched. Even the trans, no clutches.
You told me the cab back is stock as well. Is that true?
Completely factory.
It's completely factory. Oh, damn.
So as you see, a standard M4, the only additional parts realistically are the fueling, which is another 6 injectors, and another auxiliary fuel pump. And then the rest is just the turbo, manifold, downpipe.
Oh, okay. And I see here the rocker covers. They normally come plastic, yeah? Is that being upgraded?
The reason why we did this was there was a lot of heat, obviously disparaging from the turbine. Even though we did wrap it and we got obviously the beanie on it, still a fair bit of heat that escapes.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Now, the plastic factory cover obviously melts.
Yeah.
So,
is that something that happened, or you just did it before it happened? So, you know?
I had a 135 previously with pretty similar setup.
Okay.
84.
So you're pretty much a BMW fan, I guess.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I learned what to do and what not to do from that car.
Yeah.
And I guess this is probably a safety measure before the valve cover starts melting.
Okay. It's pretty good, man. Like, I know there's not much done, but from what you have done, you gain so much power out of it, yeah?
Unexpected, really, because a lot of people top these things out about a 500 at the wheels.
Yeah.
We're seeing, you know, on a roller dyno with drag radials on, we're seeing 530, not even pushed to that absolute limit.
Yeah.
The car, honestly, you know, on a hub, we'll see 600 easily.
600.
And the funny thing is, everything's factory.
Yeah, like I still can't believe this. You keep saying everything's factory, and I can see like the setup, only the turbo side is being modified, but everything else seems like a stock car, you know? To be honest, I'm surprised. Like if you see this on the street, you'd be like, oh, just an M4, you know, like he's gonna lose traction at the back, he's not gonna make it, like off the line, I can do it, this and that, you know? But I reckon when you do a run, there's a massive difference, like it's a different story.
100%.
What else do you have done? I can see you got is this a 3-point boost solenoid?
Max solenoid, yep.
Oh, yep. And
so underneath here we have,
ooh, what do we have here?
Right there is what you call a motive reflex.
Ooh, okay.
Essentially another, you can say another ECU to control.
So is it like a piggyback style or?
Look, it's integrated with the can.
Yeah.
Right. So basically all the safeties, all the parameters that BMW put in terms of safety is still valid with this particular ECU. So, you know, if we're pulling a lot of timing, the ECU will shut off fueling.
Oh, okay.
Cylinder shut off.
Have you had any issues like that?
I have. Like,
not gonna lie. Yeah,
like, you know, if we hit rev limiter and sit on limiter, the safeties will cut in.
Yeah.
And basically put the car into limbo. Just essentially stop the motor from grenading.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Nah, definitely. With these modern BMWs, they have so many safety barriers, yeah? Like even the car, if the car's not happy, it will just completely shut off and
that's right.
Yeah, just before it blows up or anything like that, you got to be unlucky to blow it up, you know? Like there's something really fucked up needs to go down for that to happen, you know? So I can see like you still got the aircon running, heaters, all that is running out, yeah?
Everything's factory.
Everything's factory. Yeah.
There's nothing on the car that you wouldn't see out of the factory not working as it should.
Oh, well, I guess you heard what he has to say, man. Like this car, even though it's making high horsepower and kilowatts, still a factory car where you can take it out. You can take it out on a date.
I mean, I daily this, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
He daily this car, man. Like I heard about European cars. They're pretty easy to make power, very expensive to maintain. But I reckon what he's done here is the right modifications to make the power, the reliability, and you can still drive around daily. Alrighty, I guess we need to find out how this thing goes, yeah? I reckon we need to take it for a drive. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, check it out. Alrighty, Ash, that's a one hell of a ride, man. I usually don't get motion sickness, but I reckon I got motion sickness from that ride, man. I see what people say about you, bro. You're the man behind the M4. Is an animal, bro. All right, Ash, before we go, I got 5 questions that I want to ask you, man.
Go for it.
Are you ready for this?
Ready.
What inspired you to choose this car?
I guess prior to this, I had 2 BMWs.
Yep.
Both 135s.
Yep.
First one was just a factory twin turbo on the 85.
Yep.
And then the next one was a big single. Pushing that to its limits on stock motor.
Yep.
I kind of saw where the platform was going. And then when this basically came out, you know, with the addition of DCT instead of manual,
Yep.
I was like, I'm into racing, so keeping boosting between gear shifts was a huge thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with this transmission, I thought, you know what? Let's build something. Don't know where it's going to take us, but let's see how far we can go.
Well, we can evidently see what's been done to it and what sort of animal this thing is, man. All right, what sort of value do you give this car?
In what sense?
Sense-wise, how much do you reckon something like this worth?
As in the build itself?
Build or just a standard car, how much do they go for?
Look, you can pick any of these up now. They're going quite cheap, especially the older models.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywhere between the 50s into the 70s for a good one. And then obviously you're paying top dollar for the really clean examples and the higher spec M4s. Yeah. In terms of the build, look, I think dollar value.
Yep.
Wise in terms of getting the most out of your dollar, I'd probably say stay stock turbos.
Stay.
The car's actually rapid on stock turbos, and to do 10-second quarter miles on stock turbos, like with a rear wheel drive, that's pretty unheard of. And in this car's sense, like I had done nothing at all but just a tune.
Yeah.
It was an $800 tune, cracked it on.
Yep.
It wasn't tens all day, every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it took a lot of practice and over about 100 passes on the strip to really perfect.
Nah, definitely. I can see the way you handle this car. It's just, I know it comes from experience, not just...
It's a difficult car to drive, let's put it that way. Like.
Nah, definitely. All right. What's your favorite modification on this car?
By far it's got to be the single turbo.
Single turbo,
I guess buying this car was to do that. That was the end goal.
Do you have any future plans for this car?
Yeah, it's on its way out actually.
Yeah, I heard that news as well. It was a bit sad to see it goes, but I guess you have other plans for the future, yeah?
I think I've reached the end of this build in the sense, stock motor, stock trans, stock everything. You know, it's doing the power that I never imagined. I don't think anyone imagined this car making this much power on stock stuff.
Nah, definitely.
But the next step is to build trans, build motor, which is going to be in excess of $20,000.
Yeah. That's not something you're up for at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, I feel like there's more value in other platforms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the next
obviously with the latest technology and all these new cars that are coming out, there's more potential to make more power stock-wise with the newer car, you know?
There is 100%.
Yeah, so I reckon, yeah, it's all about moving forward. So whatever comes next, you start with that next, yeah? All right, is this your forever car? Obviously,
definitely not.
Definitely not.
It never was going to be, but
you
know, made plenty of memories, made plenty of friends during the build. I can't thank all the boys. They know who they are.
Yeah.
We stay day and night trying to get this thing to where it is.
That's it.
But yeah.
I guess the last question, what everyone wants to know, what sort of power it runs?
All right, so there's no clear-cut answer because we don't actually know what it's making now. And the reason why I say this is on the dyno, like I said before, it showed 530 at the wheels. Plenty more to go. We blew a tire in the dyno, obviously. That was at 32 PSI. The car is now running 37 PSI, so another 5 PSI more.
Yeah.
We're hitting the sweet spot on the turbo at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm guesstimating it's anywhere between 580 to 600 at the wheels right now.
580 at the wheels as well, yeah?
At the wheels, like, and the reason why I say this is we've gone up against RS3s with 600 at the wheels, Barras with 600, and it's leading them.
Damn. I mean, with the experience that I just had going inside this car with you, I reckon this thing's an animal, man.
It does well for what it is.
I know. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for coming down and showing us your beers. We'll probably catch up with you next time. Another build.
Definitely coming in.
Coming in. Easy. I'll catch you later.
Thank you, mate.
No worries. All right, that's a wrap for us. First European car that we did is an M4. Ash made it to be an animal. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like this video, and we see you at the next video with something awesome. Cheers.